All right, welcome everyone. We are live right now. Welcome everyone to the live show. This is the show where we look at the crypto market, look at possible scalping opportunity in the crypto market to make you a profitable trader. All right, so if you are new to the channel, make sure that you subscribe, okay, and then hit that notification bell so that whenever we go live like this, you'll be the first to get notified. And then whenever we publish other crypto related content, okay, crypto trade and investing related content, you equally be the first to get notifications, okay? So if you are just joining us, make sure that you smash that like button, guys. Make sure that you smash that like button. Currently, I'm looking at the Lado token, okay? It was a token I traded yesterday, all right? And then we had that massive pullback. We actually looked at this trade yesterday during the live show, right? So, and I told us that wait for this, a break below this. Currently, we are below this our trend line that we drew from the daily time frame. I'm on the 4 hours time frame right now, okay? So we are currently below that trade. So what we want to do is want to assume that this is a false breakout. But if not, if we start going down, then we should start looking at taking ladder to the downside. And moreover, today is FOMC meeting. Okay. So today is FOMC. So a lot of volatility will happen in the market. It can either impact the crypto market positively or negatively. Now, looking at the current situation, okay, the current stand where BTC is currently seated, all right, we need to be careful. So between now to when that meeting will take place, you need to be careful with the kind of trades you take. Okay. To me personally, my advice is to close all trade before then. And when is that going to be? All right. Somebody will be asking when is the FOMC meeting? So we have to go to Forex Factory, guys. Forex Factory should be able to give you the time frame. Okay, the time according to your own time frame. For instance, if I open Forex Factory right now, let it open up, it will give me the time frame. Okay, the time is going to give me will be according to my own time zone, right? Not time frame. Okay, it will give me the time according to my own time zone. All right. So today being Wednesday, right? So the FOMC meeting and press conference, the statement will be coming up by 7 p.m. today. All right. My own time zone it will be 7 p.m. So if you go to forexfactory.com and then go and look at the activities for today, you should be able to see the exact time it will be happening in your own time zone, guys. Okay, so you should be able to see the exact time this will be happening in your own time zone. All right. So in my own time zone, it will be around 7 p.m. my own time, okay, and then around 7:30 will be the press conference. Okay, so this has a way. Now, if you go ahead and open up this folder, it should be able to tell you, right? If it is good for the dollar, it will be somehow bad for the crypto market, right? And then if it is bad for the dollar, it will be good for the crypto market. Okay, so it is high impact news, and then what this simply means is that if there is more hawkish than expected, it is good for the currency. Okay, if there is more hawkish than expected, it will be good for the currency. But if it is less, all right, than expected, to be bad for the currency. And once it's bad for the US dollar, it is good for crypto. Okay, so and then looking at the critical area where Bitcoin is seated right now, all right, we can actually, no matter how it impacts BTC, okay, no matter whether it is positively or negatively, normally during this time, when we have all of this economic news that will affect the market, you always see a pull back to the downside, and then you see a pump. All right. So before just start expecting, a lot of volatility in the market around 7 or thereabout. Start expecting a lot of volatility in the market around 7. Okay. So currently we are below this our support that is now a resistance. Okay. This was our previous support, now a resistance. That is exactly where we are seated currently. Okay. That's exactly where we are seated currently. And then what we are expecting is, to continue to trail this trend line. All right, to continue to trail this trend line. If we go to lower time frame, you can get to see that better. But from what I'm looking at, guys, from what I'm looking at, I expect Bitcoin to go to to dip to around, that level of 20. Let me look at that level. Okay, maybe around 28,000 or thereabout before even pump. If anything will make this market to pump, okay, you see it dip a bit to around 28,500 or even to 28,000 before we start going up. All right, but currently what I'm looking at is if this refuses to break this support and go back up, okay, we are just going to trail this trend line until maybe we'll get down to that 28,000 or even as low as 27,000. Just pay attention to all of this, okay? Pay attention to all of this and allow this to play out, okay? Allow this. I've set up different levels there. If anything makes us to break below this, my Fibonacci retracement tree is there to make me, cash some trade down there at around 27,400, 27,500. Okay, so if we break below this and then break this level of 28,000, then the next level I should be looking at cashing some trade right is around 27, okay, 400, 27,500. So those are the areas I'm looking at for BTC. Just let this play out, okay? To be on the safe side, my kind advice to you is if you are not on any trade, okay, don't take any trade. But if you are going to take a trade during this news and the volatility that will be happening in the market, please make sure that you are entering the market with as little capital as possible, and then you are using as low leverage as possible, okay? So that you don't become the Father Christmas in the market that will just be giving out your hard-earned funds to others who want to take advantage of it, okay? All right, so that is it about BTC. And currently this morning, what I want to be looking at, I think we looked at Dogecoin yesterday. So I was actually shorting all the pullback yesterday for Doge. All right. But this morning, let's look at what's possible. Okay. Let's look at what's possible with the Dogecoin. Okay. Let's look at what's possible with the Dogecoin. And currently, okay, on a daily time frame, we just, close that candle, right? Remember yesterday, I was telling us that if this candle closes above the 200-day moving average, then it's going to be long trade setup for us. All right. So we just close above that 200-day moving average. And if we go to lower time frame, we want to see a consolidation, right? We want to see a consolidation and then take a trade to the upside. All right, for Doge, for me, basically what I'll be doing is, remember I drew this resistance level, which is where after we broke the 200-day moving average, we went to that resistance. So if you have started shorting Doge at this area, then you should be in profit right now, massive profit right now, depending on the leverage that you are looking at. So these were the levels we're looking at yesterday, that if this broke above this 200-day moving average, then we'll definitely respect this level, which is exactly what is happening right now. Okay, so we want to see a retracement back. We want to use this 200-day moving average as what? As our support. All right. Previously, it was a resistance. Okay. So we're resisting at this area, and eventually we broke that. Came and had a retest here. All right, and then we went back up to the next resistance. All right. So we're rejecting here. So I want to see it come back to that 200-day moving average and using the 200-day moving average as a support this time around, right? So if it comes down to around 0.75, 0.76, we should be looking at taking a trade to the upside, guys. We should be looking at taking a trade to the upside, and you'll see a clearer picture if you even go to lower time frame like 15 minutes. Okay, yeah, like the 15 minutes time frame. So you see that we are just consolidating within this resistance level, right? So the next area we'll be looking at taking a trade to the down to the upside, okay, is if we come to the 200 moving average, that would be a good entry for us, right? And then have a rejection there. But if not, maybe around this area of 76, okay, that is 0.076 and all of that, we should be looking at taking a trade to the upside. The probability of Dogecoin getting to maybe 10 cents or more, I'm not sure if it can get to 10 cents or more, but let's just follow the trend and see how this plays out, okay? Let's follow the trend and see how all of this plays out, all right? So that is the coin that I'm looking at currently, is on my watch list, and I'm going to pay attention to that, okay? How do you get in, question from Bayanda. How do you get in your mentorship? Well, you need to go to the Telegram group, okay? Send me a DM on Telegram, and then I'll give you details on that, all right? Send me a DM on Telegram, and I'll give you details on that, all right? Yeah, good morning, Vincent. Good morning, everyone, for joining up, okay? So send me a DM on the Telegram. To get access to the Telegram, just go to the description of this video, guys. Go to the description of this video and then click on show more. Once you click on show more, the first link here is to join, okay? Sign up for a Bybit account. All of my futures trading, I recommend that everyone who's going to trade futures do that with Bybit. So use this link to sign up for a Bybit account. Then for the ongoing trading competition, guys, you are still early birds, right? You can still stand a chance to win $50 by just joining my team. So if you want to be a part of that, you want to use the second link there, okay, to go join my team. You need a minimum of $500 in your account. in your whole Bybit, balance, not that the 500 you are going to use it to trade. Okay, if you have up to 500 in your Bybit, whether you're holding any other coin that will make up that, okay, you are qualified for this. But I'll just prefer you deposit like 500 USDT and then use it, stand a chance to join the ongoing competition. All right, and then the next link there will be to join the Telegram, guys. So if you want to copy my trades on Bybit, you can equally use this other link that I've provided there. Once, okay, provided that you signed up with my link, just use that link there to go copy my trade and you are good to go. Okay, so here, if you join, use that second link, it will bring you to this page. All you just need is to click on join and you are a part of that team. I need at least 10 people, all right, for my team to be functional. All right, this competition is starting in a few days and then I need at least 10 people for my team to be functional. So if you can make $500 deposit, go ahead and join. Okay, go ahead and join the trade, go ahead and join the team, and let's see how we can actually use that to make some money for ourselves. Okay, so there's a Lamborghini, there's a Rolex watch and all of that. Okay, a lot of plenty goodies for you to stand a chance to win, guys. So take advantage of that right now. Okay, so the next token that I want us to look at this morning is the compound coin, right? I missed the compound coin. I had a trade set up on compound, but eventually I missed that trade. Okay, I missed that trade, but we'll let it play out. We'll let it play out, guys. We'll let it play out. So let's see what compound coin has for us. I guess the network has started again. Okay, network wahala. The network issue has started again, guys. So let's look at compound USDT. So compound USDT, look at that. Okay, so we had that rejection. I think we got down to as low as 60, even $58. Yes, we got down to as low as $58, guys. We got down to as low as $58. So I was looking at, picking a trade, but this, week here, actually, that is yesterday. I didn't realize when this week down here and then immediately started rejecting. So I missed that trade. Okay, I missed that trade. But we still see this going to the upside. I still see compound going to $77 and all of that. So what I'm looking at currently on this particular coin, let me give you the setup for my compound coin trade. Okay, so yeah, smash that like button, guys. If you're just joining up, okay, smash that like button. All right, do me a favor by smashing that like button, and if you are not subscribed to the channel already, please kindly do that, guys. Do that and be a part of this community. All right, so for compound coin currently, what I'm looking at right now for this coin, we are just above our 200-day moving average, just proving that we are in this upward, trend, guys. We are in that upward trend. So what I'm basically looking at for compound coin right now, okay, I'm seeing this level, right? Maybe we may respect this level for a while, okay, before we have a break above that level. So I'm looking at this level right now, which is where we are currently seated at the $68. But anything above this level, you see compound coin going to, maybe $80 or even $70 or even higher. All right. So what I should be looking at for this trade is I just want to see a little bit of pullback and I'll enter a trade to the upside. Maybe if we pull back to like 66, okay. Yes. So you see that we came and rejected this area here, right? So that's the area we rejected from. And then I want to see a little bit of pullback. To get that exact pullback that I'm looking for, I'll go to the lower time frame, like the 15 minutes time frame, looking for that pullback, guys. I want to start looking for that pullback. If I get a pullback to around maybe 63, 62 or thereabout, I'll be entering a trade to the upside. Then if we break above this area, okay, above this area, anything from $71 or thereabout, I'm taking a trade to around $77, all right, to around $77. So what I want to see play out on compound coin is, let's say we play around, okay, we'll consolidate around for a while and then maybe have a break like this, and then from here we'll pull it back to the upside. That's exactly what I am just, I just imagine that will play out on this compound coin, okay? So that is exactly what I'm looking at. Or alternatively, you can use a trend line to follow this current trend, okay? So if we break this trend line, for instance, if you want to take a trade to the downside, guys, okay, so what I want to see play out here with this trend line is I want to see this trade come back up here and then break the trend and maybe use it as a resistance, okay? And then come down to around this level here. And from here, anything from this level of 63, 62, or 64, thereabout, I'm taking a trade to the upside. And that will be a swing trade, or maybe until compound coin gets to around 72, 73, $75 or thereabout before I can actually, close that trade. All right. So I'm waiting for a good entry point for myself to enter the compound coin trade. Okay. So that's exactly what I'm looking at for the compound coin, guys. As the next token to look at is ARPA. I'm going to long that token actually. So let's look at the setup and see what's possible with that particular token. So ARPA USDT, okay? So that's the next token. You can put whatever token you want us to look at on the chart, okay? Um, just put it on the chart if you want us to look at any token, okay? So put it on the chart. I will look at it for you. All right, these are just the trades on my watch list that I'm going to be taking right now, which is what I'm sharing with you. So I'll be looking at it throughout the day and see how it plays out, guys. I'll look at it throughout the day and see how it plays out, okay? I'll look at it throughout the day and see how it plays out. So let's look at the ARPA, guys. Yeah. So yeah, this is the token. So we're not using, on the 15 minutes, we are using, okay, the 200-day moving average as a support. All right. So we just bounce from that area. And currently, right now, what I should be looking at is, yeah. So that 200-day moving average, we've been there for a while now. Okay. So it has been serving as a support for a while now. And that is exactly after this massive pullback, guys. You see that this coin pumped from here, all right, went to as high as 12 cents, right? And then had that massive drop, and then we just had that bounce at that 200-day moving average, okay? So the 200-day moving average is serving as a support right now. For a while now, it has been a support, okay? So I see a bounce from this area, guys. If I'm to take this trade here, I'll just enter a trade even at the market order currently. Okay, I'll enter a trade at the market order, but why I wouldn't do that is because I want to look for my entry at a lower time frame, guys. I want to go to the lower time frame to look for my entries, all right? Because if you enter now and you start pulling back on the lower time frame, you'll be like, okay, those of you who will take a trade on the higher time frame and then you go to lower time frame and start adjusting your stop losses and the rest, okay, you're not doing yourself any good, all right? You're not doing yourself any good. So look at this. If I enter this trade here, guys, if I enter this trade, look at how close this is to the 200-day moving average. But when you go to a lower time frame like the 15 minute, you see that this is very far. All right, this is further away from the 200-day moving average. So how do I get my entry? I'll go to the 15 minutes time frame, guys. Okay, I'll go to the 15 minutes time frame. Yes. So this is what I want to take advantage of, right? So I missed this drop down to the 200-day moving average, and then we'll bounce back up there. All right. So what I want to see again work out is I just want to see this, okay, gradually coming down. All right, to around this area here, okay, anything at 0.47, 0.46, I'll be looking to take a long trade to the upside, okay? I'll be looking to take a long trade to the upside because on the daily time frame, this would have been just within the 200-day moving average. And you take that, you come back here, and then this start retracing back. If you start retracing back here, let's say you come and look at your trade on the 15 minutes, and then it has retraced by like 3%. Okay, 3% with a 10x leverage, that will be like 30%, and you have to start beating very fast. Okay, so you want to avoid that. When you do your analysis on the higher time frame, you go down to the lower time frame, 15 minutes, 5 minutes, and all of that to take your trade and allow it to play out. All right, and allow it to play out. So I'm going to be taking a long trade to the upside if this actually pull down back to this level. Okay, I'm looking at it pulling back to this level. All right, and I'll take a trade to the upside, and then I'll use the 1 hour time frame, guys. I will use the 1 hour time frame to start setting my take profit levels. Okay, so I can use the 1 hour time frame to target this level here at 0.051. You can take it to as high as 0.06 and all of that, but I'll just use this area to set my take profit level and all of that. So yeah, there will be a limit trade down here, and I will allow this to play out. All right. So if this trade comes back to that level, we are taking a trade to the upside. All right. And then you put your stop loss down there so that in a case where we have to break below that level, you don't get stopped at. Okay. But always give your trade a space to breathe. For those of you who are taking signals on the group and you're like, the stop loss is something else. The stop loss is something else. Okay, whoever signal providers don't use risk reward ratio when they are giving you stop loss. Okay, and then these persons who give you this signal, their trading capital is not the same with yours. So it is now left for you to now start doing your own risk management and all of that. And say, okay, this is where I'll put my stop loss and all of that. Okay. So signal provider, it is not every signal provider added that will say, okay, I'm giving you a risk reward ratio of 1 to 5, 1 to 2, or 1 to 10, and all of that. So you would use your head, all right, and do the remaining math when a signal is sent to you guys. All right, when a signal is sent to you. So don't just be entering a trade. So let's wait for this trade to play out, guys. Let's wait for this to play out. I'm going to take a long trade down here and I'll take it to the upside. All right. But just be careful. Once again, FOMC is just around the corner, guys. FOMC is just around the corner. If you don't understand and if you're not going to be on your chart to see how it plays out, please don't take any trade and go away. Most especially those of you who just take a trade, you don't put stop loss level, you don't put take profit level, you just go away. When you come back, your account would have been empty, okay? Your trading account would have been empty. So if you are not going to be there, please don't trade. If you're not going to be there, don't trade, okay? But I'll allow this to play out and let's see how, the FOMC meeting equally impact this as well. So I'll allow it to play out and then we'll see how we can take a trade to the upside, guys. Okay, how we can take a trade to the upside. All right, so let me go back to all of your coins, suggestions. Okay, Prince Vincent, CVX. All right, so let's look at the CVX USDT, CVX USDT. Okay, so yeah, for that particular token, let me equally look at what is done on, on Bybit as volume. So if we come in here and type in here CVX, okay, we have a $1 million trading volume for that particular token. All right, so let's look at higher time frame and look at that. Let's look at higher time frame and look at what's possible with that token. All right. Yes. So look at this. Look at these guys. Okay. So for me, it's going to be a long trade. Okay. So take profit will be around $4.2. Take profit will be around $4.2, guys. Take profit will be around $4.2. So yeah, if you want to, wait for confirmation and all of that, you can go ahead and wait for the trend line to play out, guys. You wait for the trend line to play out, but I see this token. Yeah, look at that. So if you want to wait for confirmation, then you want to wait for this candle to break above that trend line, guys. So if it breaks above that trend line, then you look at taking a trade to the upside, okay? If it breaks above that trend line, then you look at a trade, taking a trade to the upside. But currently, okay, let's even look at the 15 minutes time frame and look at possible entry for this trade. Let's look at possible entry for this trade, guys. So let's look at what's possible with this trade. Sorry, I think I don't know what's happening with the network nowadays. So since yesterday, network has been acting out and all of that. All right. So right now, I see this trade going to the upside. Okay. Now, what I would do for me before I enter this trade, what I would do before I enter this trade, I want to wait for a bit of pullback. Okay. Remember, we went up this way, right? Pullback, went up, pullback. So this one here, I want to wait for a pullback. All right. So if I get a pullback to around 3.5, 3.6 or thereabout, I'm going to take a long trade to the upside. And then my target will be to get to this trend line level. Okay, but while you are going to take that pullback, be equally mindful of this area, guys. Okay, be mindful of this area, right? Which is exact area that this is respecting. Okay, which is exact area where this is respecting. So if we break above that area, this is on the 15 minutes time frame, guys. All right, this is on the 15 minutes time frame. So if we break above that area, I look at taking a trade to the upside. And where is my target? My target will be that trend line we drew on the daily time frame. Okay, so once we scale above this area here, I see this token going up. All right, so it's a long setup for me, guys. It's a long setup. So I see this token going up to as high as 3.7, all right, or even up to $4. So once I get an entry here, okay, so I want to see this, break above this area. This is on a 15 minutes time frame, guys. And then I'll take a trade from here, all right, to this zone here at 3.7 or thereabout. That will be my next target. Okay, so for the CVX, that is exactly what I'm looking at. So I want to wait for this to play out, because if you enter at market order right now, guys, you know why I shouldn't ask you to enter at market order. If you enter at market order, there's every probability that we had that rejection here, guys. We had this rejection here. So there's every probability that the market will equally be rejecting from this area. Okay, so allow this to play out. Allow this to play out before you enter a trade. All right, so that you don't enter now and then you start retracing back, and then you start having all those high blood pressure and all of that. Okay, so that's exactly what I'm looking at for this particular token, guys. So allow this to play out, and then we'll see how we can take that to the upside. All right, so that is for the CVX perpetual. Okay, CVX USDT. That's exactly what I'm looking at for this particular token. Okay, so the next token that you want us, let me add that to my watch list, guys. That is supposed to be on my watch list. That's what I wanted to do. Yeah. Okay, so the next token, all right, is MAV. MAV, I think is a new token actually. So let's look at that. MAV USDT. Let's look at what's possible. Let's look at what's possible with that token, guys. All right, so yeah, guys. Let's see what's going on and see, possible trades opportunity to the upside. Yeah, network is acting up, so let's give it time. Let's give it time, guys. Let's give it time. Okay, for MAV, I go to, daily time frame. Yeah, look at that. Look at that massive dump, guys. Look at that massive dump. All right. So when it was listed. Yeah, this token started trading in the future market around June 28. So yeah, we had that massive dump, and right now we are recovering. So we are recovering right now. We are recovering. So if I take my fib level, let's look at possible areas that this token will trace back to. So I can change this to the normal fib, and let's look at possible areas this token can retrace back to. So the first area that I'm looking at currently is this going to the 0.236 level, which will be around 35 cents. Yeah, 35 cents. Okay, so let's play with that. Let's play with that. If I go to the 4 hours time frame, let's start looking for entries for this particular token. Let's start looking for entries for this particular token. Okay, so while we're looking at 35 cents, equally remember that we have a level here at that will be respected at 32 cents. All right, we have a level here that will be respected at 32 cents and all of that. So for this particular trade, I'm going to take a long trade. Okay, I'm currently at 30 cents and I'm targeting around 31 to 32 cents, guys. 31 to 32 cents. Then when we get here, you adjust your stop loss and allow it. If it breaks above this area at 34 cents, all right, which is what the Fibonacci retracement to. If you break above that area, then you should be targeting next area until maybe you get to around 40 cents or thereabout. But if I enter this trade, okay, the first area I'll be targeting is around 31, 32 cents, all right, 31, 32 cents. So let's look at lower time frames and see, possible pullback. Let's go to the 15 minutes time frame, guys, and see how that plays out there. 15 minutes time frame. Whatsoever trade you are taking, guys, I cannot overemphasize this, all right? So just be careful because of the FOMC meeting that will be coming up, guys. Just be careful because of the FOMC meeting that will be coming up, all right? So if this trade come back to around 0.29, all right, 0.29, I'm looking at taking a trade to the upside, guys. If it comes down to around 0.29, I'm looking at, so if I take a trend line from that week, I want to see us through that trend line. This is on the 15 minutes time frame. So at around 0.299, 0.30 or thereabout, okay, I'm taking a trade to the upside. I want to have a bounce at this trend line here, and then I'll take a trade to the upside, guys. Then I will take a trade to the upside. So I want to have a bounce at this trend line. I will take a trade to the upside. So wait for this to pull back. If you have not entered this trade already, please wait for it to pull back to this level before you even start thinking of entering a trade. So this should be on my watch list because I'm going to, see how many times I can scalp this trade today and see how it plays out. Okay, so wait for it to pull back down to that level. You can go to as low at the 5 minutes time frame. Okay, wait to get a rejection at this trend line, and then you can take a trade to the upside. All right, if you get a rejection at this trend line, then you can start trailing the market to the upside to as high as whatever level that you want to take it to. Okay, so this is exactly what I'm looking at for the MAV token. All right, so I want it to play out and come reject at this trend line, then I'll take this trade to the upside. All right, so our entry will be just around this zone here. All right, that's our entry for the particular token. And then if it goes in our favor from here to that level, that should be giving us around 5% move in the market. All right, so let it play out and then you are good to go for this particular token. Okay, let that play out and then you are good to go. All right. Okay, guys. So Rose, let's look at Rose. All right, let's look at Rose USDT. So Rose USDT. What's up with that token? Okay, so for Rose, let it load up. Yeah, we have this. Guys, smash that like button, okay? Do me a favor by smashing that like button. The more likes we get, the more people will get to reach, okay? And then the more interactive the classes become, okay? So for Rose, we are having, this is on the 15 minutes time frame, guys. And then we are having, look at this area is an area of interest, okay? So we've been rejecting from that zone there, okay? We've been rejecting from that area there. So you want to pay attention to that area. So for Rose, if I go to the 4 hours time frame, let's look at what's possible for Rose and then look at whether we're going short or long, okay? So yeah, even on the 4 hours time frame, that area is serving as our high where I marked out on the 15 minutes, and then our low will be somewhere down there. All right. So for Rose right now, if I plot a trend line down here, guys. So we are currently below this trend line, guys. We are currently below this trend line. So for this to continue to move, you want to see this, coming back to this trend line and then maybe pushing back or even breaking above the trend line and going up, okay? Or breaking above the trend line and going up. So we want to start using this as our area of resistance, all right, for all of the trades that we'll be taking. For the time being, you see that Rose has been consolidating within this area here. Okay, so it has been consolidating within this area for a very since 24th of July. All right, so we can use there as our highs. This is our resistance. This is our support. Okay, our resistance. This is our support. So if we go to lower time frame like the 15 minutes time frame, all right, currently we are below that trend line. So what we want to be doing is scalping this market, guys. So we want to get, take a trade to the downside when we reject from this area, and then take a trade to the upside when we reject from this area here until we break to either side of this particular token. Okay, for Rose, this is what I'm looking at. All right, whenever it comes down here like this, all right, you take a trade to the upside. All right, so you take a trade to the upside, and from here, once it rejects here, you take a trade to the downside. So if this is going to go down, you can go to as low as the 5 minutes time frame. All right. If you don't want to just trade the rejection, just like we have here, then you can be waiting for the time for the trend line to break. All right. But for me, I'm not going to enter this trade because I would have entered here. All right. I would have entered here. All right. And then this candle alone would have given me enough profit, depending on the leverage you are using. But right now, because this can maybe pull back there or before it comes back up, down again, and all of that. So this is the area we are looking at. We've been consolidating for a while now, for a few days now. So we want to wait for this to come down. All right, I'll wait for it to come down and then I'll take a trade here, go back up, I'll take a trade there and all of that. So be careful because a breakout can happen any moment from now, either to the upside or to the downside. But even if it breaks out to the upside, remember we have a trend line up there, right? So we have a trend line up there. So we may come and, act at this trend line and then come back again. All right. So just trade this consolidation. This is what you want to take advantage of. You take a trade here, take it up there, that will give you some profit. Take a trade there, take it down there, that will give you some profit and all of that. So allow this to play out and then play along with this area of consolidation, okay? Play along with this area of consolidation and allow these things to play out, okay? So for Rose, that is exactly the setup I'm looking at, okay? And then currently, if this comes and tests this area of, 50 cents or thereabout, and then we'll start seeing a rejection that will take the trade to the downside, okay? So I want to see it play around. So I want to see this play around, okay? Break this trend line, then come down here. All right. So I'll be entering a trade once we, just consolidate around and break this trend line. But I'll enter higher at 50 cents, all right, before I take it down so that I'll be able to get, something out of this. So this is exactly what I'm looking at for the Rose token. All right. So from Vincent, please pay attention and allow this to play out. Why I always emphasize that you allow all of your confirmation to play out is because just entering a trade randomly has, taught me a lot of lessons. So you must always get this confirmation, your trend lines and all of that. Okay, always get those confirmation. And remember, not just the trend line, we're not just below the trend line, we are equally below the 200-day moving average, right? I can't even see the 200 moving average anyway. But yeah, we are just there. All right. So be looking at rows and wait for it to play out. All right. So for rows, that is exactly what I'm looking at, guys. Then for the ZRX, all right, ZRX, let's look at that. All right, let's look at that token, Vincent ZRX USDT. ZRX USDT, what do we have here for the perpetual contract? Let's look at what's possible. Another token consolidating here. So let's look at higher time frame and see where we can get our entries for this particular token, guys. All right, so let's see how far, guys. What's the progress so far? What's the progress so far with your account? Are you growing at all? Are you growing? Let me know. Okay, so we've been, acting up at this 200-day moving average, and then we are currently below it. And as you can see, areas I was looking at is those areas there. That is, if we break above the 200-day moving average, which is where we always have our week go to. Okay, our week will always go back there and reject from there, go up there and reject from there, and all of that. All right, so 200 has been serving as a resistance for us currently, and then we are in this down, movement. Okay, and what I should be looking at if I go to, let's start descending to the lower time frame and see what's possible with this token, right? Okay, so we had that rejection there, came back down here. We had it here again, came back down. We had it here again, came back down. Okay, so currently we are just sitting at this level here, guys. So we can equally look at this area here as our area of support. Okay, so we can look at this area down here as our area of support, guys. So look at this area as our area of support, and then let it come back and bounce at this area. Then we can take it, okay, up there, or we wait for it to come reject up there again and take it down. All right, so these are the zones I'm looking at. Okay, here as our resistance, here as our support. These are the areas I'm looking at. So if we go down to the lower time frame, like the 15 minutes time frame, so here on the 15 minutes time frame, we are just in between those areas, those zones that I just drew here. So we are just in between those zones. And then on the 15 minute, we equally have our own area of consolidation. So on the 15 minutes time frame, guys, so here is going to serve as our high. All right. So this area is our high here. And then we have our lows here. Okay. We have our lows here. So you want to wait for this to play out, guys. Okay, so you can trade this area of consolidation until we have a breakout to the upside. So this token that is pulling back down here, wait for it to come have a rejection at 20 cents, then you can take it up. All right, or wait for it to come back up here and then you can take it down. Okay, so whichever way you want to, allow everything here for the ZRX to play out, guys. Allow everything here for the ZRX to play out. All right, so that should equally be on the watch list, and then we'll play around with it later on as we progresses. Okay, KNC, yeah, KNC. Many of us enjoyed the trade yesterday. Some persons say the hit stop loss for the signal that Crypto Mastermind sent. Okay, that is because some of you just take a trade, and then because I've given you take profit target 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to 10, you want it to go and hit take profit 10 before you close the trade, guys. You want it to go and hit. You did not even look at the market, though. Just a trade, a signal somebody sent to you. You didn't even look at the market, what is going to happen and all of that. But because I've given you take profit target 1 to 3, you want it to go and hit take profit target 1 and all of that. It will always hit take profit target 1, it will always hit take profit target 2, and then come back. All right. So for the KNC token, this is currently what I'm looking at, right? We looked at this token yesterday, right? I think so, yeah. So now we are using the 200-day moving average as a resistance, all right, which is where we went to yesterday. We even pumped to as high as 74 cents, and then we started retracing back. Okay, so for those of you who don't have enough money to wait in the market for everything to play out, you got your stop loss hit because of this week. All right, the week came from 74 down to 66 and all of that. So you got stopped out and all of that. That is why you couldn't. But if you have had enough money to wait, then this would have still played out and still give you that a profit target 1 or 2 or even 3 and all of that. Okay. So when a token, when you are giving a signal, you must not wait for take profit target 10 before you take a trade. Once you take profit target 1 to be on the safe side, that is what makes you a wise and a smart trader. Okay. You want to adjust stop loss. Close either half of that position, adjust your stop loss to entry so that even when it comes and hit your stop loss, you are breaking even. You don't lose, you don't win. All right. And if you even close half of your position, you will still be in profit, guys. If you close half of your position, you still be in profit. So this is what I'm looking at for the KNC token right now. I see it rejecting again at that level of 70 cent or thereabout. Okay, I see it rejecting again at that level of 70 cent, which is at the 200-day moving average, guys. Gradually, this token will come and respect this trend line again before it goes back up. I see this token coming down to 63 or thereabout or $64. But how long will you be able to stay in the market until it gets to that level? All right, because within this period, you will see it going up and coming down, going up and coming down before, and it gradually gets to this level. But will you be able to have the strength to wait until it gets there? Do you have that capacity in your account? All right, that is what matters. So, which is why we look at possible scalping areas and all of that. All right, which is why we look at possible scalping areas and all of that. So, what I'm looking at right now is I want to have a test at that 71 cent again. Okay, I want to have a test at that 71 cent again, and then I'll take it down to the downside. All right, so I'm looking at this 200-day moving average as my resistance. If we reject there again, I will take this trade, and then your first take profit level on the 15 minutes time frame can be around 66, 67, 65. All right, then if you can wait, guys, if you can wait, you can take the trade to as low as $61. All right, because I see it coming down to test this trend line at around 61, $60 or thereabout before going to the upside. All right, so for KNC, this is exactly the setup I'm looking at. Is that I wait for it to come reject at this area 71, 72, and then take it down, or I wait for it to come back to $60 and I'll start looking for long trade to the upside. Okay, start looking for long trade to the upside, except if you want to dollar cost average into your position, okay, if you want to dollar cost average into your position, then you can wait for this to, you can enter at market order, which I will not advise, okay? So for me, I can draw a trend line there and wait for a break of that trend line and retest of that trend line. If I want to take a trade to the downside, okay, without it coming back up to the $70 level, I can wait for a break of that trend line. But look at this. It's a possible scenario is that it may still get back to that level, okay? How will this work? This will just play out, all right, at this trend line, and then maybe come back to the 200-day moving average at 71, 72 cent, and then break this level, and maybe have a retest there, and then we'll take it down. That's exactly what I'm looking at, okay? So if you want to trade this token, wait for those confirmations, and then you go ahead and take the trade again, all right, and all of that, all right? So that is exactly what I'm looking at for the KNC particularly. All right, I think ARPA was the token I looked at first, right? ARPA was the token I looked at first, but let's still look at what is possible, what has changed. Okay, there's every possibility that something might have happened before you put that on the chart. So if I go back to I think I have that on my, yeah, I have it here. So we are still at that 48 level. Remember, I'm looking for my entries down here, guys. All right, so we are still above that 200-day moving average. I'm looking for my entry down here. If you want to take a trade to the downside, you can enter at market order right now. But look at that setup. I want to take a trade to the upside from down here at 47, 46 cents to the upside. Okay, so that's what I'm looking at for the ARPA token. All right, and then for the YGG. All right, for YGG, what's going on with that particular token? For YGG, let's look at what's possible there. All right, guys, welcome to the live show. If you are new here, make sure that, look at that. We just had that rejection. We just had that rejection for YGG. Vincent, I believe you might have traded this token before putting it on the chart. Okay, let's look at higher time frame and look at areas of support and resistance before we take that trade. Okay, let's look at areas of support and resistance for this particular token. All right, while my chart is loading up, Prince Vincent, I enjoyed your trade yesterday, boss. I made a lot of money yesterday with your copy trading. Yeah, sometimes like that. Okay, so if you enjoyed the yesterday trade, fine. We still look for opportunity to trade again today. Okay, we look for another opportunity to trade again today. All right. So we just hope that everything will be playing out, and then we continue to make it consistently going forward. Okay. So guys, yes, you can copy my trade and still trade on your own. It's as simple as that. Okay, copy my trade and still trade on your own. And then the link to copy that trade is in the video description, guys. The link to copy that trade is in the video description. So go to the video description. All right, just go down to the video description. You see where it says copy my trade. Okay, but it requires that you sign up for a Bybit account, guys. Use the first link to sign up, and then you can use the second link there to copy my trade. Okay, let's see how it goes. All right. So currently on the 4 hours time frame for this particular token, we've been in this uptrend, guys. Okay, so we've been in this uptrend, and while we are in that uptrend, you should look at levels that we are refusing to scale above that level here. Okay, so we're refusing to scale above that level here. And I see this particular candle here that is pushing to come react at this level again. Okay, I see it coming to react at that level. And let's do 1 hour time, daily time frame. Yeah, I see it coming to react at that level, guys. I see it coming to react at this level. Look at that. Okay, so this is the area where I'm looking at this token reacting. So this particular candle is equally reacting. All right, it can, maybe it may have a push of a week up there to around $17 or thereabout, but I see it reacting here for this particular token. So we can go to lower time frame. We can go to lower time frame looking for entry. Yeah, we're just rejecting at that area. So for this particular trade, I see it coming down, guys. I see it coming down. So it's going to be a short trade for me. But right now, after this week, I want it to play out and come back to that area again. Okay, so before I enter this trade to the downside, I want to see play out. All right, I want to see just play around and then come back to this area again. I want to start entering at this area because I want to see reject at that $16 or even $17 upward. Okay, I want to see reject at that area, and then I'll take a trade down to $15. Yeah, down to 0.153154 and all of that. All right, so let's wait for this to play out, and that is exactly what I'm looking at for the YGG. Okay, on the 5 minutes time frame is already rejecting, but I want to see reject and then maybe pull back up again to this level before going down finally. All right, before going down finally. So for YGG, I'll pay attention to that token and see how it plays out for us to take a trade to the downside. Okay, so let's see how it plays out, and then we can take a trade to the downside, guys. Let's see how this maybe this trade that is going down may continue, but let's just wait for it to play out. Okay, no need to rush. All right, no need to rush. All right, I don't want to lush you guys right now into this trade, so allow it to play out. We're looking for entry at around $16, sorry, 16 cents, 17 cents. Okay, around 16, 17 cents. That's what we're looking for entry for the YG. So yeah, it's already on the watch list. Let's see how that plays out. Okay, let's see how that plays out. Okay, I missed so much from your class. I've been sick, recently recovered. Sorry so much, madam. Sorry, Madam Ahmed. Hope you are better now. All right, hope you are better now. Please, is whenever you are sick, just take a time and rest, treat yourself, and all of that. Okay. Thank God you started recovering. You're welcome back. All right. We always see opportunity in the market. So yeah, welcome back to the live show. Okay. As we continue, we'll continue to progress and continue to look for more opportunity. Now that you are back, all right. A lot has happened in the market, and then we're waiting for the FOMC meeting today to either spike the market, okay, positively or negatively, whichever way, okay, whichever way. Now, if at the end of the day everything start dropping, guys, I told us yesterday that the time to prepare for the bull run is now. Okay, it is even good for those of you who are just coming into crypto now. You are the one enjoying. Those of us who started buying coin in 2021, we are in a big mess. I told us how I bought SLP, right? SLP, and the reason why I bought SLP as a 2021 was because of the ASICS Infinity gaming platform and all of that. Okay, so SLP was used as at that token for reward and all of that. So we said if ASICS Infinity is going to go up, okay, if ASICS Infinity is going to go up, SLP will equally increase. And all the money I put over $3,000 in SLP, as at today, that money is worth just $15 or $16. I can't really say. I don't know the current worth of that. All right. And then I couldn't sell, right? I was just holding. You see why buying and holding is the wrong idea for me. So with all of this, I just feel, it's not why you just go and buy a token and just hold and all of that. Okay. So I have other strategies that for those of you who want to buy, let's say you want to invest $1,000 in Bitcoin. Instead of buying Bitcoin today, okay, instead of buying Bitcoin today and waiting for the next 5 years, if you buy $1,000 worth of Bitcoin today, maybe you get like 0.05. All right, 0.05. In the next 5 years to come, you will still have 0.05. The only thing that will change is the price. All right, if 0.05 today is worth $1,000, in the next 5 years, maybe Bitcoin gets to $100,000 or $200,000. Maybe that your 0.05 will now be worth, let's say, $2,000 or $3,000. All right, you still have that 0.05. But what if I teach you a strategy that you can use in sport, all right, trading sport, and be able to grow that 0.05 to maybe one Bitcoin or two Bitcoin in the next 5 years? Will it be a good idea for you guys? All right. So for those of you who are interested in that, just let me know. All right. I can have a one-on-one with you and then show you how that works. But it's basically on the spot market. It means that you need to pay attention there always, use a higher time frame to trade that strategy and gradually be growing your coin. Don't go and buy any random token now and holding it. Okay. Don't go and buy any random token now and holding it. But tokens that I see doing very well are all these AI tokens. There's another one that is, Telegram and all of that. There are tokens around those stuff that you can equally. We have three related projects, okay, legit ones. Buy those tokens right now. Start accumulating those tokens right now, okay? Start accumulating those tokens right now. In the next bull run, you'll be the one enjoying, right? So that when the next bull run happens, you'll be selling those tokens in profit and be smiling to the bank. All right. So the time to start acting is right now. Okay. The time to start acting is right now. So this is currently what I'm looking at for this particular YGG token. And then let's see how it plays out. Okay. Let's see how this plays out. All right. Let's see how this plays out. And then we'll go ahead and take a trade to the upside, guys. All right. So thank you everyone for joining us today on the live show. All right, we'll be calling it a day here. If you have questions, if there's any other token you want me to look at, you can actually use the chat section to do that, okay? Otherwise, I'm going to call it a day here and we'll meet again tomorrow, same time, right? We'll meet again tomorrow, same time. So for those of you who want to still take advantage of the ongoing Bybit, WSOT trading competition, the time to act is now. Go ahead and join my team. Go to the description of this video. Use the second link, okay? Use the second link. The first link is to sign up for a Bybit account. The second link is to join my team, all right? And then Bybit has set aside $8 million, guys, $8 million in reward pool, all right, in prize pool, so that this is the reward that you'll be getting, all right, that this is the reward you'll be sharing in this $8 million. Now, one thing you can do is if you want to copy my trade, guys, if you join, once you click on the join option, just come in here to where it says copy trading first, right? So when you come to the copy trading first, what you want to do is go ahead and join, all right? Just click on the join button, all right? There's an option there to join. Once you click on the join button, you equally have access to copy my trade here, guys, all right? So once you come in here, you go ahead and type in digital learner here. Once you join, all right, on the trading competition, so it means that you don't even need to trade, but you can copy people's trade and still participate in the sharing of this $8 million. So for the copy trading first, for both copiers and traders, Bybit has set aside, I think, $300,000, right? That will be shared among all those that will be trading here. So if you type digital learner here, I should be able to show up there. Then yeah, that is it. You can be able to copy my trade. But right now, as you can see, it is locked. All right, it is locked. So what you want to do is to make sure that you do what? You go ahead and sign off for an account using the link that I've provided here, so that you'll be able to use that link to copy my trade, guys. So you'll be able to use that link to copy my trade. Okay, so that's an ongoing campaign. There are two ways: you join and trade on your own, or you join, copy other traders, and you stand a chance to share in all of those profit that we're giving at the price pool that Bybit has set aside. Okay, you share in that as well, guys. All right, can I have at least 10 persons on my team? Let's do this together, guys. Can I have at least 10 persons on my team? Let's do this together. Okay, so thank you so much. Thank you everyone for being here. It is wonderful always trading with you guys every day. Though we didn't actually have any trade that we entered immediately, and that is because of the FOMC meeting. I don't want to give you a trade setup now and then. When people start reacting to that, meeting and to that news and the rest, everything will just, all of the trade setup will just, be invalidated, and then you start losing money and all of that. So that's why we want it to play out. Okay, always make sure, guys, always make sure you're buying at what you buy at the support and then you sell at the resistance. It's as simple as that. buy at the support and sell at the resistance. And what thing you want to do is use trend line for your confirmations. Use trend lines for your confirmations. Okay, use trend line. This trend line is there, the moving averages are there. Okay, and then we have other indicators that you can actually use to confirm all of this. But basically what I do, trend line and the 200-day moving average is enough confirmation for me. All right, it is enough confirmation for me. If I'm waiting for a breakout of a trend line, if I'm waiting for a breakout of my resistance and support level, I want a retest. All right, that retest will give me the option to continue to take that trade to the upside. Okay, so look at what I said about the YGG token. So let it play out, guys. So you see that it may actually come that this could be just a little bit pulled back, and then we'll go back up there again. So if we get back up there, we are looking at taking a trade to the downside. Okay, we're looking at taking a trade to the downside, and then please trade with care, trade with tight stop loss, and don't lose your money. Okay, don't throw away your money, guys. Don't throw away your money, so that you have enough to keep trading with me daily, guys. Okay. All right. So if there's no question, thank you so much. Smash the button before you leave. Okay, smash that like button before you leave. And now, guys, I'll see you tomorrow by during the live section. Okay, same time tomorrow. Try to be here tomorrow, guys. Try to be here tomorrow. Okay. All right. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. We'll call it a day here, and then we'll meet again tomorrow.